Boom! Welcome back to the swing trade vlog. I've just gotten myself into a Euro USD swing trade position from the boring trader himself. Now this video is going to be a little bit different, just the start, because just to give you guys a bit of context, I just came back from a day of traveling. Okay, I was traveling back from the UK to Dubai. I just landed there here this morning, and then when I landed, we slept for like 2 hours. I slept for like 2 hours, then I went to my boy's place, Banny's place, and then the whole day today has been me and him trying to get his car to get back to normal, because something happened with the battery, the what's that thing called, the regenerator, some one of them kind of things. And then we've just been going through a mechanic to this and that. It's just been a long day, but I can't keep crying. I came back home, I was tired, I was like, oh, I just want to go to sleep, but I have to do what I gotta do. Made the weekly outlook lesson for the guys in the mentorship. As you can see, this weekly outlook lesson I just dropped, and essentially this is the trade that I'm in. I'm in this Euro USD swing position. I'm anticipating a high of the week. Last week we took shorts on the Euro USD from here, around here towards this low over here. Beautiful. We ended that week very nice, and you guys will see the breakdown on that as well. This week all that has happened is the start of the week, Monday, retraced back up higher, and now price came into this daily order block over here, daily FVG, daily bearish expansion area, and we just waiting for reaction. Price offered as a bearish expansion, it's the beginning of the bearish expansion, enough for me to say that this is the high of the week, and now I'm looking to get in line with my bias, and we're trading towards this weekly FVG over here that has been induced. Beautiful equal lows placed at this weekly FVG over here. Very nice. And obviously just made the update to the guys as well that my bias and the outlook, I'm just looking for a higher dollar and high of the week on the Euro USD towards the weekly FVG. Okay, so that's the trade that I've taken here, essentially just a very simple swing position. So anyways, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go straight to sleep. It's probably the earliest I've slept in a long time, especially in Dubai. To be fair, it's 12 a.m, but usually my sleeping pattern in Dubai was so cooked, I'd be sleeping at like 3 a.m 4 a.m, but now I want to fix my pattern. Hopefully you guys will see, well, you have to keep me accountable as well. 7 a.m tomorrow, 8 a.m I want to wake up, and then I'm gonna head to the gym and then get the day started. We're still going to be in the swing position. The swing position is just something in the back of my mind, irrelevant, letting that play. So yeah, welcome to the swing trade vlog, boys. Okay, unfortunately I've taken a bit of an L. It is currently 10:30 in the morning. I was meant to wake up at 7, but I'm not gonna lie, yesterday was a very tough night of sleep. Like, I went to sleep at like 12 a.m. I was ready, I was like, okay, you know what, I'm kind of tired, but for some reason I just couldn't sleep. And then by the time I got to sleep, it was like 2:30. And when you're listening to a podcast, and instead of just falling asleep to, you're just interested in the podcast and you just listen to it. It was like that, and I just couldn't sleep. And then I think it's because of the jet lag as well, because yeah. And then I woke up at like 6 a.m. randomly. Yeah, it was a very bad night of sleep. But we're up now. What can you do? You can't cry about it. You just need to keep moving on. I'm up now, got ready, and I'm just gonna go head down to the shop, get coffee, get some juice, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. I messaged my boy. He messaged me at 8 a.m. because that's when we were meant to be awake. And then I messaged him like half an hour ago, he's not replied. But let me show you guys the trade, okay? So, because I know you don't care about what I'm doing, yeah? The trade is looking very nice. As you can see, it is running very nicely. So, this is the trade that we're in currently, the Euro USD short position. Now, of course, yeah, Euro's moving down lower, but am I going to start thinking now, oh yeah, let me scale in straight away. Oh yeah, let me move to break even. No, because yes, when I'm looking at the 1 hour, if I look at the 30-minute, price looks like it's never going to stop dropping, and it's just always going to, keep on dropping straight towards our equal lows and our weekly candle objective. But when you look at the H4, I know there's still a possibility that price could come back into this H4 FVG. There's a possibility that price can retrace into here and then drop down lower. So yes, price is moving down lower, but that doesn't mean that I'm just trying to keep on shorting. That doesn't mean I scale in stupidly. That doesn't mean I manage my risk like an idiot. You have to trade logically, and logically for me, it's not enough for me to just manage my position. Now, obviously, if price does just drop from here straight to my target, great. If it doesn't, then fine. I still expect it to move to my target, but yeah. So let's see how the next few hours go. Gonna head down and get some coffee. So yeah, we just came down, got some coffee, some water, some nice views. Yeah, you know what, you don't understand how happy I am to be back here, because there's a difference between when you're in the UK and you're just waking up and it's like dull outside and it's just raining or it's cold and it's just grey, but here, like when I'm up, yeah, I woke up late, yeah, I woke up not as I planned, but still I'm up, and you just have that energy, when you're seeing everything around you, when you're seeing the potential of what can be, you just have an energy that's just the fire that you won't get in the UK. I feel like, it depends for everyone, but when I'm back in the UK, especially for me, my character, I know that I'm a young guy, if there's an opportunity for me to do something fun, that's for me to just mess around with my friends, mess around with my cousins all day, I'm gonna choose that.
okay? Like when I'm back in the UK, I don't even want to be doing work that much because I just much rather just be chilling. You know, I want to be that young kid again, you know? When I'm here, it's like, okay, I'm not a young kid anymore. I've got things to pay for. I've got people to look after. I got things to do. I can't mess around. But when I'm back there, you know, it feels like sometimes I can just chill out, which is good, especially when I had that 2-month reset. So I was in the UK for 2 months. But I'm very, very glad to be back. Very glad to be back. The trade is running very, very nicely. Yeah, very nice. Simple as that, to be honest. Everything was talked about in the weekly outlook. Just execute on what I said in the weekly outlook. And then, yeah, pretty easy. Life is good, boys. Life is good. Now, I got a bunch of DMs to get back to from the guys, asking me questions and things like that. So I'm going to go to the gym first, then get back to that. Clean the apartment, and then, yeah. So I'm going to have the coffee, and then go to the gym.
Outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me, still with the girls that I criticize, all the niggas around me, prior to the die, gotta watch the time, cause it's flying right by, I'm outside in an AMG.
Yeah, let me just give you guys a quick update. So yeah, obviously price started to run a lot more. In the morning when I was talking about I don't want to scale in and things like that, price was over here. You know, it wasn't enough for me. Then price done all this move. You know, we had like 40 plus pips of movement expansion down lower. So at this point, I don't want price to come all the way back up to here. I don't like that. Okay, so now because of that move, because of this full bear shit leg expansion, I'm happy to say, okay, I'm ready to now manage my position. So what did I do? Manage my position to over here. Basically risk free on the initial position, and then added that risk back onto this scaling position, not completely because I don't need to do that, and then yeah, added some risk back onto the scaling position, and now we're just gonna let that run. So let's see how it goes. Obviously this is just me just telling you guys everything that I'm doing, and now before my boy comes down, I just need to make a quick update to the guys that I'm managing my position and why. So yeah,
What?
what is wrong with you, bro? Oh, it's too hot, bro. It's too hot. How hot do you think it is? 30 degrees?
Yeah, let's see.
It's too much for my
36.
36 degrees, man. Yeah, put his clothes back on, bro. You've just violated the thing. You just violated it. Look at that. We got a running track. We go for a quick run. You know what? If it was a little bit less scorching heat, I actually might go for a run, but this is too much for me. It's too much for me. But let me give you guys an update on what the position is looking like. It's just kind of chilling. It came into Jordan a little bit, but what was I doing when we were in the gym? We didn't even care. So yeah, it's looking nice. My boy's in GU. His GU position. Show them your GU position, bro. He's got a proper trade maxing position right now. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
We swinging it.
He's swinging it. He's already running more R than me, bro. And I'm almost at take profit. Woo! Got the flexing glasses on. Now look like I own a couple 7-figure businesses. Even though I got no businesses, I just look at candles. We make a living off of candles. But these glasses make me look like I make a living off of businesses. I don't know why I'm trying to rap. But yeah, anyways, let me show you guys the trade. It's looking nice so far. I don't even know if you guys can see this because of the sun. Yeah, it's looking nice, close to take profit. You know what? Price moved quite fast. I wasn't expecting to hit take profit today, but we have FOMC tomorrow. So I'd be happy to be risk-free for FOMC and then, you know, let FOMC do its thing without me being in any trades after taking take profit. And yeah, now I'm just heading to my boy's place. We're going to go trade NYC Open on futures. We've been checking out some futures recently. So yeah, that's what we're about to go do. Oh man. Bro, I was in the UK for 2 months. And before I left, I moved to Dubai in September. And it was chill. You know, it was chill, it was hot, and you know, it was great. It was great. But now this is getting peak. This is getting peak. I can't even, it's too much for me. I can't like, it's too much for me. I feel like I'm gonna get the, I'll have the N-word pass. I'll have the N-word pass in about a month more of this heat. So yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Okay, so right now I'm in my boy's apartment. As you can see, he's here. And the trade, you know, it kind of reversed slightly. But yeah, again, we can't be too focused on what price is doing in this 1 hour candle. I know this was a swing. This is a swing that I was planning since yesterday. And I was expecting to be in this for a few days. Yeah, so yes, I'm seeing this move up higher on the euro. And yes, it's unlucky. But what am I looking at? I'm looking at the idea that the DXY Has it taken out any buy side objectives? No. So why am I now going to think, oh no, I need to get on my trade. Oh no, what should I do? I'm not thinking that. Am I going to now start scaling in aggressively here, putting invalidation here? No, don't listen to him. Am I going to move my invalidation over to this 1 hour high here just because, oh look, in respect to the bearish 1 hour FEG?
Scaling time.
No. No, because there's a bearish H4 FEG that price can very easily trade back into. So I understand that. I just don't want to see the same thing as I said in the morning. DXY come below this H4 FEG reaction. If it comes below there, then okay, I'm happy to say, okay, fine. My direction for now is wrong. I'm going to let FOMC show its hand and then, yeah. So for now, we're chilling. We're about to go trade NYC Open on our futures account. So I don't know if you guys know about that, but you guys will hear a lot about futures and that side of things very soon because that's some exciting stuff. You guys have seen me and him both clear of CFDs, and you're going to see on futures very, very soon, God willing. So yeah, we're going to trade some futures. As you can see, this guy's developed a bit of autism whilst he's back in Dubai. But we're just excited. We're just excited to be back. We felt like we were in a cage in the UK. You know, the UK cage. Now we're in Dubai with freedom and excitement, energy.
You know you're gonna get comments on that.
Yeah.
He's saying that he's getting freedom there in the UK is a cage. But I live in the UK as well and I'm not in a cage.
Yeah. I know I will get comments like that, and you know what, I do understand. But for me personally, I just like being out here in Dubai because I know my character and it's different than other people. When I'm in the UK and if I'm around my friends or around my cousins, I'll much rather choose just to chill out than work. I know me. But when I'm here and I've just got this guy here, like, yes, we have fun, but we're always working, we're always getting things done. So yeah, we'll see how NYC Open goes. I'll give you guys a snippet. I don't want to show too much about NYC because we can't give them the sauce this early, can we? No, we can't be doing that. So yeah. Okay, before the first day on the swing position ends, right before I go to sleep, right now let me show you how the position's looking. As you can see, it's not looking too good, Brev. So yeah, to be honest, there's nothing I can really do at the moment, so I'm just gonna, just let it do its thing and just, yeah, go to sleep. Before I go to sleep, we're playing some random flipping mobile game. And the guys like my car. Pretty sick in it. Good morning. It is day 2 in our swing position. Now, let me show you guys what's actually happening. Because last night, you guys seen we were pretty close to our stop loss, okay? For our scaling position. Plus also, break even our initial position. I thought, you know what? Okay, maybe we might get taken out. And that's fine if we do get taken out before FOMC. Game's a game. You know what it is? Sometimes there's an unfair advantage in trading where there's two things, especially in the prop firm industry, where if I take a loss now, my next trade, if it wins, is still a payout. You understand? Plus, also the unfair advantage, I guess you can say, is last week was also a winning position. So I don't have that much inclination that, I really want this trade to win. Obviously you do want that, but if you come off of a losing streak, you're like, I really wish this next trade wins. But now it's like, it's fine. I'm in a good position. I don't really care whatever happens. So that's how it should be always. But sometimes we're all human. Sometimes we do have different things that give you an advantage, and there is emotions that come into play. But anyways, let me show you guys how the trade is looking right now. So last night, yeah, we came pretty close, as you can see, but we didn't do anything because, well, I was sleeping. Yeah. And then today we started to drop down lower, and it came back to around break even on the scaling, but then it's pushed up higher a little. But to be honest, I don't really care. And yeah, when we're looking at the DXY, traded into the bullish H4 FEG as I expected. Okay, remember I said to you guys, I wasn't trying to scale in anywhere stupid. I wasn't trying to scale in anywhere stupid. I wasn't trying to put a stupid stop loss like, somewhere over here just because, oh look, it's a 1 hour high, respect to the bearish H4 H1 FEG. Look, why can't SL be here? No, because DXY needed space to come back into its bullish H4 FEG, which it did. Okay, now we're starting to see signs of respect. We've also made equal highs with our previous weekly highs. So, it is very nice framework, but the thing we need to take into consideration is that it is FOMC today. So anything can happen. But yeah, either way, I told the guys in the morning that the only thing we can do here is wait for FOMC. That's the only thing we can do. If we get taken out before FOMC hit take profit, or even stop loss before FOMC, great, because then we're out and we can let FOMC show its hand and we get clearer direction. And if not, we're going to have to see what FOMC does, have a safe position, and then yeah, right now I'm about to head over to see one of the guys at his office, and yeah, we're just eating some eggs and some bunch of green stuff, bruv. Had a coffee in the morning as well, and now I'm gonna munch that. I got the cleaners coming in a bit because the apartment's a mess, and then I need to just head down, so come with me. Okay guys, I'm in the Wayland office right now, here with Munir, my boy over there. We're just talking about futures and, you know, random things. These guys are futures traders. Obviously, you guys know I'm a CFD trader. So yeah, just back to the trade real quick. The trade's still just ranging. I told the guys that we've got FOMC today. That's the most important thing. And I'm not looking at anything. I'm not managing anything. I'm not scaling in aggressively. I don't want to get taken out from 1 hour, 15-minute moves on an FOMC move. So I'm just leaving the charts here, just watching the H4. And then, yeah, FOMC in about 7 hours. But yeah, just chilling here. It's doing our thing. We're missing Hunter though, but yeah. Okay, quick update on the trade. We are finally moving. Finally, we are moving. Price is doing something, which is quite surprising a few hours before FOMC. You know what? The best case scenario here, if I can get taken out right before FOMC, I'm smiling. But we'll need to see what price is wanting to offer. DXY is pretty close to its previous weekly high over here. It's pretty close. And then after that, you know, hopefully Euro can come towards weekly FVG. That would be ideal before FOMC. But let's see. Yeah, look how close we were to getting taken out there. We were very, very close. And then price just, you know, went in my direction. You know what? Like last night, you know, I'm human. Last night I was starting to think, should I just close the trade and just, you know, exit out here? You know, when price is like around here, you're thinking, I might as well, it's gonna hit this anyway, I might as well just exit, or, you know, you're thinking about things. But then I realized, like, this is not what I'm meant to be doing, and I just don't do it. Everyone has that issue. Everyone has that other voice in their head that tells them, oh, risk over risk a little, or take scale in too early, do this, do that. Everyone has that voice in their head. Everyone does. It doesn't matter if I've been trading for 10 years. I'm still going to want to do things that I shouldn't want to. Okay? I'm still going to feel a little bit of fear when I'm in drawdown. I'm still going to feel a bit of excitement when I'm in profit. That's always going to happen. No matter how long you've been trading for. Your job is to identify your own issues, your own mistakes, your own drawbacks, and then find a way to fix that. Find a way that you don't make it easier for you to do this. For me, I would turn a winning trade into a losing trade because I would scale in too early and I would actually get taken out of my scaling position, but the initial position would always win. And I realized to myself, I can't just keep making a winning trade turn into a losing trade. So what did I do? I made the decision, I made the rule that I can only scale in after I've managed my initial position. Now that's what I do. Okay, so yeah, anyways, as you can see, the guys are happy, you know. Well, we'll see what happens. Either way, remember, it's FOMC coming up soon. I'm not getting too excited, so let's see. You know, something I say all the time, especially when you're swing trading, the lower time frame, and especially before a high impact driver, the lower time frame is genuinely irrelevant. Completely just noise, okay? Because, you know, when you're looking at this chart, you're thinking, yeah, it looks fine, why would I be worried? Even when you're looking at over here, you're thinking, yeah, why would I be worried? You know, tagging the H4 FVG above a H4 high and it's dropping down lower grade. If you look at the M15 all day today, what does this look like? It looks like, oh look, oh, price breaking down lower, disrespecting, oh no, break of structure, M15 bullish FVG, inverse set for valley gap, end dog, blah 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 blah. You would get manipulated, you would get taken out, you would scale in too early, you would do so much inside that little range. Whereas me, I just told the guys, don't let the M15 confuse you. This is when I just switch my view to the H4 and sit back. So what did I do all day when price was chopping? Switched my view to the H4 and just sat back. I wasn't even looking at charts. So now FOMC is in about 45 minutes or something. We're going to see what that does. Hopefully it goes in our direction. You know what? Still, I've said it multiple times. Hopefully we can get out before FOMC, but I don't think it's very likely, but let's see. And I'll get back to you for FOMC. Okay, so whilst I'm just waiting for FOMC, I just wanted to show you guys this because this is insane to me, yeah? Look at this. You know, this guy joined the free academy a long time ago and he was a clueless trader. And then when he joined the mentorship, the amount of questions he used to send me every single day, it was like a book. And I'd think, damn, is this guy gonna stop? I can't lie, I was getting a little bit, not annoyed, because, you know, I like it when people ask me questions, but I was like, this is a lot of questions. And you won't believe his age, by the way, yeah? So much younger than you would think. He just had his first $16,000 month. Mad. Crazy. At his age, I was a little donut. I was a little thing who just wanted to play Fortnite. It's crazy what's possible. It's crazy. So proud of this guy, genuinely. Okay, so FOMC statement is in about 30 seconds. Now, we've also got the press conference. Usually the statement isn't as volatile, but, you know, you never know. It depends what the actual statement has said. It depends on the rates, but yeah, 15 seconds. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling great, man.
All right, let's see.
Time to lose all my money.
Oh, my money. So far, it looks like it's not doing anything. What, is you moving?
Not much.
Okay. I mean, it's trending lower a little, but...
Oh,
okay.
keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
How's GU looking? Okay, GU's looking good. EU's actually pretty bearish here, you know. That's so sick.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, what did the statement even say? The fund rates were Forecast, it was the same as forecast. So the fund rates were actually the same. So to be honest, I'm going to be waffling here because I don't care about fundamentals at all. I got no idea. But the forecasted was 3.7%, 3.75, and the actual was 3.75. That's why we're not seeing that much volatility. So yeah, now let's just wait for the press conference at 7:30. And let's see what happens. So one thing I always tell you guys is, and one thing I always repeat, especially in the mentorship, is you always need to take into consideration the best case scenario and the worst case scenario. If you only take into consideration what's the best case scenario that can happen, what happens if everything goes right, then you're going to make decisions that are tailored in a bad way. You might over risk because you think, oh, if I over risk, I will maybe get the biggest payout. If I over risk, I'll maybe pass in one trade. But what happens if the trade goes wrong? You have to take into consideration the worst case scenario. So right now, when I'm looking at price, I can see that the DXY has taken out previous weekly high right before the FOMC speech. So I'm not going to now start aggressively scaling in, or I'm not going to do things like that. And I'm just going to let price do his thing. So I'm not getting too excited like, oh, look, you know, like it came low, I came here. I'm just going to let price print because I know previous weekly high is swept. So there is a possibility that DXY can come back into the range. So I'm not going to scale in. I'm not going to add more risk onto the table unnecessarily. And I'm just going to let it do his thing. Speech is in about 10 minutes and I'm just chilling here on call with the boy. This is the beauty of swing trading, bro. I've been in this trade for 2 days. And, you know, obviously it's been a little bit stressful. I'm not going to lie, especially today because of how rangy and choppy it was. But this is it. This is our job. This is what I prayed for. And this is what I've got. So we are now very, very close to take profit. I started recording, but then it just started waking up a little. But as you can see, yeah, we're coming close to our weekly FVG. And I think, you know, soon in the next few minutes, we should get that push higher. DXY did take previous weekly high and it was showing a rejection, but now it's pushing back up higher, which is a very, very good sign. And yeah, let's see if we can get that final push to take out the weekly FVG. We got Powell here. Have to close with it. I'm still up. The speech is ongoing, but it doesn't matter.
This is home, but he ain't tryna go and get back for his niggas. Too busy showing off his back with the bricks. Damn, I know that Max will be pissed. I'm mixing my chips, niggas maxing the dicks. I will actually trick niggas acting like crips. When deep down they got a passion for jumping on crocodiles' backs and the sticks. What kind of gangsters this? Niggas natty and silent rookies. Are you gangsters or personal bookies? When we tie them to court.
Okay, so this is a few days after the trade, to be honest, because I completely forgot to record the last part of it. The last thing you guys seen is once price had actually met its weekly FVG right after FOMC. Now, there's two important things I do want to talk about because as you can see, something very clear on this trade that you can see here, how close did price come towards my invalidation? How close was I to getting taken out of the trade? Now, as you guys know, what did I do when price was very close to my trade? I was just messing around. I wasn't too focused on the trade. Of course, I wasn't feeling great. You guys could see it in my face. I wasn't feeling like jumping up and down. Yeah, I'm always getting taken out of the trade, but I wasn't sitting there like, oh, should I just exit? You know what? Maybe I can save $100 in here. No, I was like, if it takes me out, it takes me out. If I get taken out, I got taken out for a reason. I had my invalidation here for a reason, and that's completely fine. So that's what you guys need to realize. A lot of the time, majority of the traders who get taken out early is because they don't respect their invalidation. If you chose to have an invalidation for a reason, you need to respect that invalidation. So if price had came up, even in my initial trade, all the way up to here, I'm not going to exit the trade before I hit my invalidation because my invalidation is there as a point to invalidate my trade. So before that point is taken out, my trade is still valid. That's what you need to realize. Now, of course, over here, the probabilities have definitely shifted and I was expecting to potentially get taken out of the trade, but I didn't exit the trade because it was not hit. Now, the other thing I want to show you guys about this position is that as you can see, the weekly FVG, my weekly candle objective that we construct together, you guys seen it, that was actually met. As you can see, this is the DXY the next week, and this was the weekly FVG here for the DXY. DXY came very close to its weekly FVG. It didn't hit it. Euro hit its weekly FVG, my weekly candle objective, and then I exited the trade. That was completely fine for me. If I wanted, I could have said, oh, I want a little bit of a bigger payout. Oh, I want a little bit more of the move. And I would have just said, I'm going to just exit once DXY hits the weekly FVG because, you know, there's reason that you can make for it. That's the thing. That's why trading is such a difficult industry because even for a bad decision, you can make yourself believe that this is something good. You can make yourself believe that, you know what, if I make my invalidation a little bit shorter here, I get a little bit more, or I can make this much more money. You can make yourself believe that this is a good thing. If you tell yourself, you know what, instead of 1% risk, I'm going to risk 1.5%, so then I can get out of drawdown and make a payout in the same trade. So you can make yourself believe that a bad decision is a good decision. That's why trading is so hard. So, I could have held my euro trade maybe a little bit lower, thinking that, DXY is going to hit the weekly FEG. I might as well just hold it a little bit longer. I can catch the biggest move and I can feel really great about myself once I've catched the whole move. But what did I do? I just thought, you know what? It's the end of the week. We've just seen FOMC. I'm happy to just exit here. And if euro did trade down lower, I wouldn't have been mad, because I take every decision based off of worst case scenario and best case scenario. Worst case scenario would have been, if I held this trade longer, it would have been what actually happened. Euro came all the way back up higher and I would have turned a winning trade into a complete losing trade, and I would have felt absolutely horrible. Of course I would have. Then I can go into a spiral, I can go into a tilt, make bad decisions, and then just blow my account. I could very easily do that, okay? And the other scenario was that I just exit here and euro comes a little bit lower and that's it. So I would much rather me exit where I have, because this is where my weekly candle objective was, than potentially jeopardize my full position so I can get maybe 0.3 or more. Okay, so these are the two important parts of this trade. Now, as you can see, what I also didn't do was, when price was all the way up here, I wasn't thinking, oh, you know what, let me just keep scaling in. No, I understood that, okay, price did actually come very close towards my invalidation and this doesn't look as amazing. So I'm not going to just add more risk onto the table. I'm just going to let price print from here. And if it comes towards my objective, great, I can exit the trade. And if it doesn't, then I just get taken out and hit my invalidation. I wasn't trying to scale into aggressively. I wasn't trying to, make this some large home run. I had my initial trade. I let price come down lower. You guys seen everything. And I said to you guys that, okay, now I'm happy to actually cut my risk. I managed my position to this high, and then I cut my risk and I added that risk back on in this scaling position over here. And that was it. And then I just let price print, and that was all I done for this full week. So you guys seen, throughout all of this swing trade, this lasted from Tuesday. Well, I entered around Monday night, to be honest, around Tuesday, right after I made my weekly lesson for the guys, all the way until the exit was around Wednesday evening. Okay, that's all I done. The whole week I was doing nothing. I wasn't staring at price. I wasn't looking inside here, or what can I get inside here. I wasn't getting caught inside little lower time frame moves inside here. I wasn't trying to just short here. I wasn't trying to just switch my buys inside here. My complete view was just on the 4-hour time frame. And on the 4-hour time frame, I was completely happy to keep my invalidation here, because we've got this bearish expansion here, trading inside the bearish FEGs. And when we're looking at the DXY, my invalidation was this low. And what is this low? It was the low created from the reaction of the bullish H4 FEG, which you guys all had seen. Everything was constructed. So when I'm viewing and taking a position based off the H4 framework, why am I going to be on the lower time frame, on the 15-minute time frame, listening to the noise, taking in the noise, confusing myself, and then potentially exiting a trade, maybe scaling in too early and turning a winning position into a losing position? Why am I going to be doing that? I'm not. I'm just watching the H4 time frame, and that was it. Because trust me, I completely understand. Why would I not get scared? I'm not a robot. Why would I not get scared when I'm on the 15-minute time frame, and you can start believing that, look, M15 bullish reaction, wicks up higher, closes up higher, M15 bullish. Obviously, I'm going to confuse myself. Obviously, I'm going to get scared. Obviously, I'm going to make bad decisions. So that's why the easiest thing to do on a swing position is actually look at the charts based off of a swing position time frame. Simple as that. So yeah, anyways, that was the full trade vlog, or whatever you guys want to call it. Very, very easy, very, very nice position here on the Euro USD. Caught the complete weekly candle expansion in its true intended direction, and that was it. Simple as that. Bish bash bosh. If you guys do enjoy these vlogs, if you guys do like seeing me living my life as a boring trader, going about my day, what it's like, how I feel during drawdown, if you guys like and relate with that, you guys can, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, check out my free academy. There's a lot of lessons inside there as well. Check it out, and catch you guys in the next one.